right, dude. Whoa. Whoa.
That's a lot of stem.
Whoa.
Everybody, it's Father Fish with Jack and Dan on YouTube.
I think it's time we gave a little bit of attention to your Aqua-Bridge aquariums here, huh, buddy?
Yeah, I think so.
Need a little trim here going on. Look at these pothos, guys. Pow, pow, pow. We already took these off. We actually took these out. We're going to be trimming those. And then look at this one right here is crawling into the wall of fame here. Look at this one. This is just one. This was 3 tiny little roots in this one piece of plastic. We're going to just take this whole thing out. We're going to be taking all this out today, guys, trimming it, cleaning the sponge filter. We're going to take these plastic plants off of these kind of white rocks here because these roots are growing in. All right, dude. Whoa. Whoa.
That's a lot of stem.
Whoa. I'm not going to do much with this. I think we're just going to take a little off the top or off the bottom, actually. So we're just basically going to cut these guys off. Just trim them. And that's pretty much just going to go back in. And as these continue to grow, we'll kind of layer them around or something like that. But this little piece of Lexan is working great, huh?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
All right, this is your little intake valve, and we put this on the tube that goes all the way across from one side of the tank to the other. And what we're doing is we're rinsing it out. And we have this bucket. This is a big bucket of doom, isn't it, kiddo?
Yeah.
And we did all the sponge filters this weekend in all the beta tanks and everything and in this tank. And now we have this wonderful big bucket of bacteria and nastiness, don't we? But the cool part is we have a new tank that we're working on, right?
Yeah.
So we have that. It's called a 110. We did measurements on it. It's like a 116. We refurbished it. We've been working on it. We are going to fill it with water. You may see that video before this, or you may see that video after this, but either way, this is where we got this, and we'll probably talk about it in that video too. The nice part is if you have filters already going and you have a pre-filter like this or other sponge filters, you can rinse them off. If you look in this bucket.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it looks like poop.
Yeah, well, to a certain extent it is.
It is.
And it's bacteria and stuff and culture that has grown in these sponges. Now this one, of course, is clean enough, and it will go back on and it will work as a pre-filter on your bridge tank and work awesome. This bucket, after we get that other one filled, is going to ultimately end up being poured in that, and you'll see that in that video. It works really, really well, and a lot of people buy that stuff. It's actually like a pre-antibiotic. You can buy it and pour it in your fish tank, or if you have fish tanks already, you can do this. Maybe we could somehow bottle this and sell it. You think anyone would want to buy it?
I don't think so.
Maybe we'll do it as a giveaway, like a bottle of Doom, Jack and Dan Doom. All right, this one's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
This is the filter that's in the actual hang on the back filter. Again, if you haven't seen this video, we'll put a link in the description. The tank on one end flows through to the tank on the other and then goes to the bridges. It's really cool. This one is also under a light. And because that light is shining on it, it gets algae growing on the top. Thankfully, Nicole Hikes a lot, a really, really awesome lady who has an awesome channel, gave us this frog. We've been putting this frog on top of the filter to block the sun. Well, not the sun, the light that lights up your tank. And that is going to, well, it actually already has cut down the algae because it's a big, dense, awesome frog rock. And we put it up there. It's been working really good, huh?
Yeah.
So isn't that cool? So we're going to rinse this off in here as well. And again, this big, awesome bucket of doom is going to really kickstart the new project we're working on, that big fish tank aquarium that is in the dining room. All right, here's what we're going to do. A lot of these guys just start growing underwater. They actually are pretty easy to like break off. You get down in this root system, you can kind of separate these, and then that can become its own plant. So this one's all pretty well squared away. What we're doing now is we're doing a little bit of a water change. A lot of people say, hey, with these bridges, how do you do a water change? Basically, we don't do a lot at one time. I just kind of take it down till it comes almost to the end of this, which is still quite a few inches. Jack's in the other room. I give him a little hauler. We take out a few inches. We put a few inches back in. We do that 3 or 4 times. And honestly, we end up doing about a 40 to 50% water change. We don't have to do many water changes on this because of all the pothos. Again, we did resituate some of this. This side's all done now. We did trim the roots. They're doing awesome. We're just gonna finish this middle one after doing a couple water changes. Okay, so we got this little hook on here, so it's really pretty easy. You can see that now the water's kind of going into there. And usually I just give a couple shots of decor, honestly, as it's coming in. Again, we're not doing massive changes at one time. We got a lot of bubbling going on. So what we'll let that do is we'll let it go. And again, this is being sucked into that pre-filter. It's going up above the wall of fame through this tube, down into this tank, into this, hang on the back filter. Oh, there's the lovely, one of the big reticulated hill streams. If I can focus on him, it's focusing on the roots instead of him. There he is. He's awesome. So that that goes right into that hang on the back, and then that empties into here. And there's Nicole's wonderful frog rock covering up the light going into that filter. That's going to be helpful. Thanks, Nicole. That water then comes into here, goes into this bridge, across here, into this tank, goes into this bridge, across here, into this tank, and then again in there. So this tank has an under gravel filter. That is doing a lot of the filtration here in this tank as the water passes through it. And of course, the hang on the back filter is filtering. And of course, all of the plants are filtering. These are some of the new sculptures we recently put in here. I'll go over. This was a little kind of a stump, the hollowed log that we kind of got. Oh, I think it was in the man cave when we got it, when that person gave us that little 5-gallon. This was the original design in it. We did put some wood in here. These guys seem to really like that. There's the royal blue right behind there. He, for now, is going to be staying in here. We're not exactly sure if he's going to stay in here long term or not. Both of those guys going into the new one. And there is a Farlowella cat, a royal Farlowella right behind here. I have to get a better shot of him. That's how long he is. That's his tail on the one side of the root, and then there's his body on the other side. Very, very cool kind of catfish. When he comes out a little better, I'll get a better view of him. Of course, the water's messed up because we're moving things around, but that guy is most likely going into the new tank too. But we got such a good deal on him that we wanted to grab him because those are actually kind of hard to find, especially for 20 bucks. Like we got this one. So he is awesome. He's probably going to be going into the new tank. So about half the inhabitants of this tank are going to be leaving. And this longfin is going to be staying in here, and possibly the other longfin will be joining her in here as well. There's a little better shot of that Farlowella cat. Very similar to a Plecostomus or some type of sucker catfish. You can see their mouth there has the really long whiskers. This one has more of a white kind of look and not so much of a pointy stout or nose. And from what we found when we looked them up, is what is referred to as a royal Farlowella. Been wanting one for a long time. Still kind of hiding there. You can see that beautiful tail, long tail, thin body, and has those streamers in the back of the tail. So very excited to put him into the new tank. This is a new little thing too we haven't really talked about. This was a 99-cent toothbrush holder that we saw at Mark's in the clearance aisle, and Jack was like, you know what, that looks kind of cool. Kind of looks like a Pleco cave. It's got, you know, a leaf kind of print, and it's green, kind of blue. And we took the little plug out of the bottom, put in here, and the Plecos love it. They go in there all the time. This young lady right here, she loves it. She's over here cleaning. We did take those glued on plants that were on here. We thought that they didn't look that good anymore after all these roots and everything have started to develop. We did trim the roots on this side. So we've got some wood. We've got our, you know, white holy rock, as they call it, sculpture. Look at her. She's just gorgeous, isn't she? There's the big old hill stream coming down. He's awesome. And there, of course, is the gorgeous royal blue. Love this guy. He's usually on the wood. He is an eater. And if you don't give him wood to eat and algae pellets and zucchini, he will eat this pothos, just like he did in the beta tank. this guy's just doing fantastic coming down here. So here's another one going down the side here. So they're really doing awesome. Pretty much done with kind of cleaning this, doing the trimming. Really only have to do it every few months or so. These guys just do a phenomenal job. Now what we are gonna do is show you how when we do this every couple of months, take that little guy right there, what's that?
It's a bicycle pump.
It is. And we got this little guy in it. We're gonna put that on the end, that little kind of like cone thing. You would use that to like blow up a beach ball or something of that nature, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna put on the end of these tubes, give these guys a good old pump, just because when you clean them off physically, it doesn't do the same thing. And we're gonna burst that air through it, see if we can't get them to, you know, just wake up a little bit and get a little less stress on the pump. All right, so what we have here running these 4 stacks, 2 of the stacks go to this pump, and you can see it's just kind of wide off. They each have their own check valve, so we don't get backup. And then this one also goes to that. However, we're gonna take them off. We're gonna put that pump dude right on here, and we're just gonna do 1 stack at a time. We're just gonna put that in there, and you're gonna hold that in with your finger, just real good, and you're gonna give that a big, huge pump of air, and rock that. Look at that. Look at that, how that goes. Yeah, just rock it. What that doesn't do is really kind of blow any of the buildup in there. See how some of that stuff's coming out of there? So, okay, that's enough. What that's doing is that is just super powering that column and blowing not only everything off of that stone, but some of the stuff that's built up in the underground filter. So that's really good. Isn't that cool? We're gonna do that to each one of those tubes and then hook them back up to the pump. That is something that we do every few months when we kind of do this kind of maintenance, right?
Yeah.
And it's amazing what just a tiny little pump like this can do. Much, much more powerful than that pump, and that's a very good thing to do. Now, we showed that to a guy named Fishman, a lot of people know.
Yeah.
And he had his own take on it. He hooked it up to an air compressor.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got a lot more tanks. He has a fish room, and he can hook it up and really blow it out. I'd be afraid almost that an air compressor would blow some of these apart, yeah. But you can tell, just a tiny little bicycle pump like this is very, very effective.
If you're strong, you can do it like an air compressor.
Yeah. Well, you're strong. You're a strong young man. So we're gonna go through and blow them all out. All right, now he's getting this other one. Give that a good pump. Look at that. Again, just something good to do every couple of months when you're doing your, you know, kind of some maintenance and stuff like that. Again, not hard to do. Now they're all hooked back up, and that's what Jack said. He said, "Oh, now the water's all dirty again." But you know, at the end of the day, it's going to give you a lot better flow. Those little particles that came off of those stones are going to ultimately go down into the undergravel filter and be filtered and be broken down underneath your undergravel filter and stuff. And you're going to get more pressure. And if you do that every few months, you're good to go. So, hey, don't forget to, you know,
hit the bell for notifications when we come out with new videos. Like the video if you like the video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe bell.
Yeah,
Subscribe button.
Subscribe to the bell. And listen, guys, we'd love to have you on our Wall of Fame. If you're one of our subscribers, if you'd like to send us a postcard or an email or a picture, let us know. We'd love to have you up here with all of these amazing folks. And if you've got another YouTube channel, we'd love to give you a shout out and put you on our Wall of Fame, just like all of these other folks here. And we gladly send you some stickers too, whether you are a channel or whether you're a subscriber, you just want some stickers, we gladly send you. It's just a postage stamp, right? No big deal.
Yep.
We'll send them out to you. So emails on our About page, just got to click that little box, says you're not a robot, right?
Yeah, just gotta click the little sirens or whatever.
And then well, yeah, and they might say, hey, pick all the trains or the traffic lights or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pick that stuff, and then, so that's fun. Anyway, do that. You'll get our email, but it is metalroar@aol.com. We're pretty open about sharing it, and we have it in the description of most of our videos. So give us an email. We'd love to put you up here on Jack's Wall of Fame above his amazing bridge tanks. We love these tanks. We love the plants and the bridges and the filter system and the way that it looks. We're going to be adding some more stuff. We're going to be taking some of these fish away and putting them in some more tanks, and then hopefully, you know, maybe adding some more gold gouramis, maybe try to even breed these gold gouramis, right?
Yeah, we're gonna put some fish into our new tank too, and we're gonna mix all sorts of stuff around. So we have merch. I know you guys know that, but click the Teespring button if you want merch.
Oh yeah, we have merch. Click the Teespring buttons. We got Jack and Dan. What are they called? Swag, right?
We got hoodies, mugs, a lot of stuff. I forget. We have a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
check it out, guys.
You'll like it.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care.
Bye.
And there it is from Jack's point of view when he goes to sleep and those big lights turn off. Got those awesome meteorite background lights on. Everybody goes to sleep and chills out. Everybody have a good night. I think it's time we